Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I thought I'd have a go at the new mini art journal prompt, which this week is Sweet Treat. I've got an idea. I don't know how well it will work. Before I do that, I just wanted to show you, just here, I had a spare page because this was very dimensional and I didn't want to put my other pieces on it so that this dug into them. So I'd got a piece of it's photo paper with alcohol drops on it, and all I've done is stuck some of Betsy Doodle's enamel or dots that she makes with plastic beads. She gifted me some and I've just put some of those on. It feels fab to have those on there, but I figured those two could butt up against each other and probably wouldn't damage each other, so I just thought I'd share that with you. I haven't given it a name. Probably call it Dotty or something similar. Right, let us start. So I've got my piece of paper. That is the size of my journal that I'm working on, and I just want to put some colour on here, and I've got some distress oxides, and I want it to be very pale. So I'm gonna smoosh on a bit of this. I don't really want. I've got a brush. Well, of course I've got a brush, but I've got a brush that I want to use. That would do. I'm just going to use my acrylic block. It's seen better days. It's pretty grim at the moment, but I don't really use it for stamping very much, or not stamping anything important. So I'm just going to put some colour on, and I might dry it between layers. I think that would be sensible. All right, so that will do for that. I'm just going to get my book and use up the rest of that because I don't like wasting it. You never know, I might create something interesting on here as well. All right, that will do for that. Let me dry that and be back. Oops, forgot to turn the camera back on. I've just gone in with, I'm doing exactly the same as I did before, but with pink spun sugar. Doesn't usually show up very well, but seem to be doing all right with it. I've used more than I would normally. Just want to put something on so it's not so bare. Right, I am going to dry this and be back. Now I was going to go in with cracked pistachio, and I probably will, but before I do that, I'm going to slap a little bit of antique linen on, you know, as you do. Let's see how we go with that. That will do. Right, I'm drying that and I'll be back. Right, a little of the cracked pistachio, then I'm going to call it a day, she says. Don't want too much of this. I think less is more. Right, where's my book? Because I think there's enough there that I could use up on here. I'll show you what I'm doing. It's not very exciting. I've just got some blobs of paint and I'm just sticking this on here. You never know, it might turn into a background that I can use for something. Either way, better than just throwing it away. I can doodle on it if nothing else. Right, I am drying this and I will return. Okie dokie, so we are dry-ish and I have an idea to make. I hope you like my colours. To me, they're sort of ice cream colours, and that is what I am attempting to make. I'm just putting out a little bit of paint, a tiny amount of paint in. I've got Titan Buff. I don't even know what that is. Oh, it is yellow ochre. Did not know that. I thought I'd left that yellow ochre behind and picked up a brown, but it matters not. And this one is obviously burnt umber. So I've made myself a mask, and I thought about putting masking tape down, and I figured if I did that, it most likely pull off my paint and stuff underneath, so I'm not going to do that. And I'm not going to put this right in the middle because I won't have enough room to put my ice creams on, so I'm going to deliberately have this coming off the page. Now I'm hoping it's fairly central, I don't know, but that's going to be my ice cream cone. I think I'm going to do that. So very first I'm going to sponge on some of the, this is acrylic paint Titan Buff. I don't actually mind if it's got a bit of texture, it can keep that for now. I shan't need any more of that, so I'm going to just sponge it into my book, the rest of it. Perhaps I'll have a different page. Let's move that. I will probably, I don't know whether I'll dry that or not. It doesn't have to be dry for the next bit, but quite like the texture that the sponge leaves. Right, that will do. Shall I dry that? Or shall I not dry that? I shall not dry it. I shall be quick and careful. I'll put that back on. I've got some corrugated card. Again, I showed you how to do it before, but if you don't know how to get this is just Amazon packaging. Spray it with a bit of water, stick your pokey tool in or something, get underneath into one of the grooves, and then it just pulls off. It's very, you know, and if you're particularly bothered, you can spend a lot of time getting the bits off. I'm not terribly fussed if there's a few bits of paper left on. Right, I am going to, I don't know if this will work, because in my head things work. Let's move that up so you can see. Right, I'm going to hold that still. I've got some of this yellow ochre, and I'm going to, I maybe should have waited for that to dry, thinking about it. I might have to do that. Yeah, but let's do that. Let's dry it. I quite like the texture though, I'll be honest, but I'll dry it. Right, hopefully that's dried. Let's get this again and see what we can do with it. Hold it in place. Oh, I'm not doing terribly well with that. It's not what I wanted. Let's try with some darker. See if that makes a difference. I'm going to rotate that because I think it will be easier for me because I want to go at a different angle. Let's get some more paint because that is clearly not enough. Let me cut off that bit that I haven't taken the paper off as well. Let's line that back up as best we can. And let's think, the lines are going that way, hopefully. I don't know what that'll look like. Hopefully it looks a bit like an ice cream cone. That was the whole idea. Right, I suppose I could, let me clean up a bit and I'll come back. Right, I am back. I've got some acrylic paints in ice cream colours. So I've got a yellowy colour, pale yellow. I have a pale pink. And I don't know whether or not I'm going to put a brownie chocolate one on or not. I may not. I could have saved that paint from before. We will see. I've also got 3 fresh sponges that I can stick on the end of one of these. So I'm going to do that. And for this one, because I want the ice cream to look like it's coming out of the cone, not just like a ball on the top, I'm going to use this, hopefully, line up with the cone, just as a, what do you call it, like a mask. Right, I don't know how this will work. Let's just check. I don't even know if we're in the centre. Let's see. Well, it's kind of gone frothy. I don't know why that is, but that could create a cool texture, couldn't it? Right, I think I might dry that and dry each one, otherwise I might make a mess. Right, the bubbles blew away as soon as I put the heat tool on it, and it's not terribly opaque, so I'm going in with another blob of ice cream there, hoping that will help. Let's try again. I'll show you, I'll leave the camera on so you can see. Did you see the bubbles blow away? Right, let's do a different colour. Now this time I don't mind. I don't need a mask for this because it can go right on top of the yellow. Okay, I think I will dry that one though. Right, I'm coming in with some chocolate. Not my favourite, but let's see what happens when we put a blob of chocolate on the top. Oh, not a lot. I think the sponge sucked up all the paint. Doesn't like that. That's a bit better. Right, I have 3 flavours of ice cream on a cone. It's a rather small cone for the amount of ice cream, but you know, that's what holidays are for. I will dry this and come back with some toppings. Right, I think I'm going to come in with a pen and just do some loose lines around here, just to give it a little bit of definition, because it doesn't feel like there is a lot. Let's do this first. I'm going to put some topping on it, but just think because the colours are so pastel, that might help it a little bit. Might help it look a bit more like a cone. Right, what do I want to do? I want to make a cherry, so I'm going to get some card. I might cut a cherry out and I might heat emboss it and come back. Okie dokie, so I cut out, oh well, I used some ink from a Memento ink pad. I don't know what it was, what colour it is. It's not rhubarb stalk because I tried that first and I didn't like it. Poppy something or something like that. I cut out 2 because I wasn't sure what I was going to do, and I've heat embossed them, one with just clear and one with holographic or holo something, whatever you call it. It looks kind of glittery anyway. Haven't decided which one I'm going to use yet. Put those down there. Right, now what I'm going to do, and I don't know if this is going to work or not work, in here, this disgusting bottle here, I have got acrylic paint, I think, or it could be gesso, something white. I think it's acrylic paint and PVA glue. and I used it to, when I was decoupaging some jars at Christmas, I used it on the inside of the jar to give it a white background. So, and I just tipped it back into what was left into here in case I did any more. Well, I haven't done any more, but I'm thinking I might be able to use it as a kind of creamy topping, but I don't know. I don't want very much of it. See what happens there. What I want is for it to kind of drip, but I want it to drip in. Let's see if that will go down there. I'm going to have to manipulate this, so if I'm not in camera, you know why. Trying to get it to go down that side, form a drip. That looks pretty cool right now. I want it to go down the middle. Might have to help it along. See if we can get it down there first of all, and then see if we can get it to come down. It may come down by itself, or it may need a little bit of a, that looks good, a helping hand. Right, I'm going to leave that, I think. I'm not going to fiddle with that too much. Push a little bit up there, up there. Right, that will do. Let me clean the end of my paintbrush because I don't really want glue on it. What I have got are some real hundreds and thousands, or sugar strands actually, I think they're called. And I'm just going to sprinkle them into that glue. Don't really want all the white ones. I'm not going to hand pick them, and I'm just trying to get some coloured ones. Yellow's quite pretty. Right, I think I'm not going to overdo that. I think I will leave that. And I want to put my cherry on. Which cherry do we think we want? We want a shiny cherry or glittery cherry? I think I'm going with shiny cherry. Now I don't know whether or not to stick it in there as well and just glue it on. It might stick out the top a bit, but that's okay. I'm going to just ease it in there. I think probably could do with a bit of glue underneath. Let's shove some in. Like I haven't got enough glue on here already. Come on. Let's ease that back in so it looks like it belongs, and I think I'm going to just leave that to dry, and it could take ages. I mean, that's a really thick layer of glue there, so it could take days, and I will probably put something around the outside, don't know what, but that's my take so far on Sweet Treat. It looks a bit precarious, but you know, you're not having ice cream if it isn't dripping off your elbows, are you? I will leave that to dry somewhere flat, and I will show you it when it is complete. Right, well, this has been drying overnight. I think it's had more than 24 hours. I would like to say it's dry, but there is some stickiness here. And as you probably all are aware, and it's kind of obvious now, but the colour on the sugar sprinkles just leached out and you can't really see them anymore. So I'm going to go and try and tart them up a little bit with some alcohol markers. I don't know if it will work. Let's find got a pink. Let's find a yellow. I think there were some green ones as well. Let's try a green one as well. Let's see if this works. Don't hold out a huge amount of hope, but just trying to make them look a bit more alive. I might just have to make them up. I can't tell which are which, so I think I'll just wing it. Oops. And a green bit as well. I mean, it's not perfect, but it would do. Right, that is that. I think I'm almost done. I'm not going to do much more. I might just go around the edge with something, but what? Let's try the pink and see if that's going to be enough. This pink is so pale, it might not. Oh, I think that will do, because I want to keep it like ice creamy colours. And I think that'll be. I'm not going to stick it into my book for a bit because this bit of glue is still quite sticky and it will just stick to the page above, so I'm just going to leave it. But that is about it. That is my sweet treat. I have printed out one of my labels from the label maker, and I'm going to just pop that on somewhere. I might just trim it because it's got I know it's got a sort of a shiny surface, which I'm not too keen on, but I don't want it, not too much of it. I'm just going to stick it down there and call it sweet treat. That is me done. Wasn't really sure where I was headed with that, and you know, it's not perfect, but yeah, it'll do. Ice creams, sweet treats. Thank you for watching. Hope you have fun with the prompts. Looking forward to see what you all create, and I'll be back again soon. Bye for now.